John Lusk here of Lusk Archery Adventures. Series testing, successful hunting. Today I'm going to be testing the Rocket Sidewinder XT. Okay, pretty cool, over-the-top deploying mechanical broadhead. Thanks to a viewer who donated me a pack of these, I can finally test out the rockets. I've used them before in hunting situations, but since I've been testing broadheads, I haven't had a chance to test them until now. And if, on that note, you're interested in me testing a certain head, please just send me a pack. You can contact me here on my channel or through Facebook, Instagram, at John Lusk or at Lusk Archery Adventures, and we can connect. I can give you my address, and I'd love to test them out. But I'm eager to see how this head performs. As always, I'm going to be using my Bishop FOC King arrows shot through my Bowtech SR6 at 72 pounds. So let's first zoom on in here, go through some of the design features of the Sidewinder XT, and then put it to the test. Here you get a good look at the Rocket Sidewinder XT, and it's 100 grain broadhead, has a really healthy, beefy, chiseled trocar type tip here that I really like. It's very sharp, seems very durable, and that's a hardened steel. It's got an aluminum ferrule, not sure what kind of aluminum. I couldn't find that listed anywhere. The blades, by my measurement, were 0.035 inches thick, and you can see that they're arranged in an offset pattern. So it's hard to show up here on the camera, but it's going to create a nice wound channel. They're not like dead center of the ferrule. They're kind of off to the side. So that creates a wound channel that's more difficult to close up. And they have a nice healthy cut, 1.5 inches of cutting diameter for a total cut of 2.25 inches. Now, one thing that's a little interesting about them is once they're open, there's nothing about the broadhead itself that holds the blades or keeps the blades from pounding back into your arrow. So I have footed arrows, which are really nice, so I'm not worried about that. But every other broadhead, I think every other broadhead I've seen, has some internal mechanism of its own, a collar or something like that, to keep it from banging into the arrow. But that's not an issue for me, but it's something worth noting. It's just going to kind of pound right into your arrow right there, into the insert. Now, as you can see, it's an over-the-top opening head, and you can see it here in the closed position. It's got this O-ring, and then just as pressure hits right here, it forces the O-ring back, and then that's what causes it to open. So I'm going to put it through the test. I'm going to test it for edge sharpness and retention, for penetration, and for durability. Let's see how the Sidewinder XT performs. Out of the box sharpness. 1 stroke of the arrow. 2 strokes of the arrow. Barely. 3 strokes of the arrow. 4 strokes of the arrow. 5 strokes of the arrow. Okay, the Rocket Sidewinder cut paper, barely, but it cut it after 5 strokes of the arrow. The Rocket Sidewinder penetrated 8.5 inches. There's the entrance of the Rocket Sidewinder, which is basically just the head in the closed position, as it is with pretty much every over-the-top opening mechanical. Check out the cool hole that the Sidewinder makes. It's got that classic S-cut, like a single bevel. That's because of the offset blades. That's going to make a nice wound channel in an animal. Unfortunately, here on the 5th shot, you can see it lost its blade. It got embedded on the way in the MDF, and you turn it over, and you can see where the blade just sheared off there. The other blade, that one got really bent up, and this other one got pretty bent up too. And actually, I had to call it after the 3rd shot. So it made it through 3 shots without significant damage. But after that, on the 4th shot, the blades got pretty bent backwards. And then that fifth shot, they just had enough. So what'd you think of the Rocket Sidewinder XT? And there's a lot to like about this. I was really impressed with the penetration and some of the other features as well. So please look at the score sheet here. I'm going to post it right after this, and you can compare it with all the other scores of other over-the-top deploying mechanicals or other mechanicals, other broadheads, whatever, just to see if it's the right fit for you.